is the palace of His Royal Majesty Igwe Sir Benson Ofu, Ezda Mama 1 of Ihite. You wonder where we are. Ihite is in Orumba South, local government area of Anambra State. Welcome to Royalty. Today on Royalty, we have His Royal Majesty Igwe Sir Benson Obiakor Ofu, Ezda Mama 1 of Ihite. Igwe, thank you for allowing us into your palace. Igwe.
It's our pleasure.
You're welcome to Royalty.
Thank you.
All right, Igwe, in virtually most of the communities we've been to for Royalty, you know, the first thing is usually people will want to know who is Igwe Ezda Mama of Ihite.
I am Igwe Sir Benson Obiakor Ofu, the Ezda Mama of Ihite, in Orumba South local government area of Anambra State. I was born here in Ihite, in Umonyakama village. I will be 90 years on March 29.
Wow, 90 years and you look this young, Igwe.
Well, it is how God has made me. Plus that I'm listening to the advices of my doctors. And I also go deep into prayers that let me be as young as I am.
As young as you are. All right, Igwe, actually, how does your journey into life begin? We'd like to really know more about it, where you went to school, you know, what you engaged in before you got to this age.
I was born to a family of poor people. That is my father and mother. They were farmers, and they hadn't the money to let me live as I am living now. But I managed with them till I got into school as far back as 1937. At that time, I started with class 1 infant to 2 infant, and after that I got into those they call standards, and
okay, you're the people that went through standards, not elementary, just like us.
Not elementary, like just standard.
Okay.
I went through that, and I came out of that standard in 1944. Maybe you want to know the schools.
Yes.
I started with the Methodist school at Ihite here in 1937 to 1938. I finished the elementary part of my education, the infantry part of my education, and then 39 I changed the school to CMS Central School, Umunze. And in 1940, I left, finishing in 1940 at Umunze. That was when I was in Standard 2. I proceeded to Ajali Government School in 1941, where I finished where I
Standard
finished
6.
the Standard 6. After finishing the Standard 6, I came out, had no job. The only job that one can get at that level were the teaching or the police, even the army. But I was afraid of army. So I was looking for the teaching position, and I got it. And I taught for only 5 years, and I left teaching. I went to Lagos to get involved in transport business. After which I got into an industry which was, I say was now because it's no more functioning, and that was film manufacturing. From there, I proceeded to United Kingdom and was studying insurance with the Insurance Institute together with Provincial Insurance Company. And Provincial Insurance Company was responsible for my studies on insurance. I came back to Nigeria, and that was
Which year actually did you come back to Nigeria?
in 59.
Now, let's really go into your life as the traditional ruler of Ihite Kingdom. Tell us when you ascended this prestigious throne of your forefathers to lead your people of Ihite.
There was a time the government of Nigeria made it possible for all communities or towns in the country to have this traditional rulership. And it was after the war that I was called upon by my community to get into this traditional business.
The program you're watching is Royalty, reaching you from ABS television here in Oka, and we are at the palace of His Royal Majesty Igwe Benson Ofu Ezamama of Ihite. We're going to take a very short break here. The program returns after now. Please join us again. New Idea Construction Company Limited, for a whole new world where roads and bridges that span ages and beat all weather are constructed. A leading full-service building and civil engineering company in Nigeria, working with a team of some of the world's most experienced building and civil engineers. New Idea Construction Company Limited offers you the needed peace of mind in your construction work as we deliver on time and according to specification. Our jobs in the past speak of our efficiency and integrity. New Idea Construction Company Limited is located at kilometer 20 on Ichadani Road, Umueri, Anambra State.
Our doors are open Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Inquiries call 0803-373-0889 or 081-015-76831. You can visit our website www.newideasconstruction. New Idea Construction Company Limited. Building roads and bridges with confidence.
Welcome back to Royalty. Royalty here has His Royal Majesty Igwe Sir Benson Obiakor Ofu Ezamama I of Ihite. Now, Igwe, we are talking about your ascending this throne of your forefathers as the traditional ruler of Ihite. Now, could you let us know, how it feels being the custodian of the traditional authority of Ihite people for over, I think it's more than 40 years now.
It might be.
It's more than 40 years.
Oh, it is.
It's more than 40 years.
It's 42 years
42
now.
years. That's the long stay. And I think so far you've been the longest serving traditional ruler we've come in contact with. Tell us how it feels, Igwe.
Well, I feel worried at that time because I did not know how to go about it. In fact, I wanted to reject it, but the elders of the community begged me to accept being their traditional ruler. And since then, I went into long prayer to God to help me. One thing I asked God is to see that there is peace in my community. And I think God is doing that. He did it and he's still doing it. So I do not complain of any trouble. I have not in this community. And the community has never at any time got annoyed with my administration. So that's how it is. There is nothing one can do without getting some problems. But as I am still on, I count them as no problem. Sometimes I used to have some disagreement with my mates who maybe some of them thought they would get that position and they didn't, and it has come to me, and I have been doing it since that time. So, but generally I will say I am happy and very, very happy that I am the traditional ruler of this community.
All right, Igwe. Now, having been on this throne for the past 42 years and still counting as the Igwe of Ihite, quickly let us know, because we know that in most communities, some people, some families, they are the people that king come from. Some are transitory, some are hereditary. I don't know how it is here in Ihite. Actually, you said that you ascended this throne after the war, which means nobody has been there before you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how is it going to be when you join your forefathers, which we know will happen when God decides? Mm-hmm. How is it going to be? Is it going to fall back on any of your sons, or is it going to go to another village?
It is going to go to another village, because when I got into this position, there was no constitution. There was nothing to show who will be who. So it was at that time that the community made out a constitution that if after me, it will go to another family, another village. In fact, we have two major villages in Ihite. And then the present position, the present village that is holding this thing is Amapo.
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 Okay, Amapo.
Amapo.
Okay.
AKP.
I know, I understand.
And then after me, it will fall on the other side, Usube.
Okay, that's good to know, and and that's why we pray that the peace continues. All right, Igwe, we know that 42 years is not 42 days, and you must have a child born 42 years ago must have had children today and must have done so many things. In other words, we would like you to let us know some of your achievements, or most of your, because I know you must have achieved a lot in 42 years of serving the Ihite people.
Yes. Ihite is rather has been very backward in every thing done in the. In fact, I do not know whether people know that there was a place called Ihite around here. But since I got into this position, I have been trying to put ourselves on the country's map. There was no road here. There was no road getting in here. The one that we were using was a track one, and I can say that Anambra stopped here. They didn't go out. So it is in this my period that this road in which you travel to come here was constructed, and fortunately it was taken over by federal government. But after the war, everything was bad. No more road. And in fact, if you have a car, you cannot come with it. Ngiga, that this road was reconstructed, and it has not been bad since then. And this connects Umuahia, Okigwe, Port Harcourt.
Wow, this road?
This road, if you go straight to Commissioner's place, it will lead you to Okigwe, from where you can go to all these places I mentioned. Now, it was at that time that this community secondary school was built, and I can tell you it was all my handwork, because I did a lot to get that school approved for us. The people who were coming here at that time made me to laugh when they asked me why was I using politics in the business. I said, I am not using any politics. What I am saying was the correct thing. Imo, where Okigwe belongs, do not come there. Ihite, where Oka belongs, never come here. So we are here in the thick bush. And what do you expect to me? When I say, if you do not approve this school, I will get in touch with Lizog and Nodge and every other person, towns over there, so we can declare independence here and build our own school.
And when you said it, they started coming.
They started laughing. So then,
all right, we'll get back to you. The program is Royalty, reaching you from ABS Television, and we are in the palace of His Royal Majesty Igwe Sir Benson Obiakor Ofu Eza Mama 1 of Ihite. All right, Igwe, you made me to laugh a bit now. You've really gone through so much, being on this seat as the traditional ruler. And when you say that you achieve something, they are not without challenges.
Yeah.
Now, you could tell us some of these challenges, and of course, how you've been able to surmount them.
The challenges were that this community was not known to any government, whether local or state or federal. So it's just like one man going into a thick bush to cultivate and plant and grow yams or cassavas. And so I was doing it. It was so difficult, but for the fact that my people knew what I was after, so they followed me with one accord. And even the school I was telling you was a very thick bush. The people there were running away from dangerous animals and snakes and all this. So it was there that the nearest village there begged me to see that that school was built there, and we accepted it because there was no other place that we can do that. So they cleared that bush, they leveled the place. Trees, which were so many, were cut by them. No, this axe and machetes and all this, that was used at that time. It is different now that you can even use the saw to cut them.
Right, it's still royalty.
So,
we're going to take another short break here. Please don't go anywhere because the program will return after now.
New Idea Construction Company Limited for a whole new world where roads and bridges that span ages and beat all weather are constructed. A leading full-service building and civil engineering company in Nigeria, working with a team of some of the world's most experienced building and civil engineers. New Idea Construction Company Limited offers you the needed peace of mind in your construction work as we deliver on time and according to specification. Our jobs in the past speak of our efficiency and integrity. New Idea Construction Company Limited is located at kilometer 20 on Ichadani Road, Umueri, Anambra State. Our doors are open Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. For inquiries, call 0803-373-0889 or 081-015-76831. You can visit our website www.New Idea Construction. New Idea Construction Company Limited, building roads and bridges with confidence.
Welcome back to Royalty with His Royal Majesty Igwe Sir Benson Ofu Eza Mama 1 of Ihite. Now, Igwe, recently the government of Anambra State, there is something they mapped out, a vision that the governor had. They said that they call it Community Choose Your Project Initiative, and they say go to your community, search for what or discuss with your people on what you want, and the government will give you money. They call it 20 million naira Community Choose Your Project Initiative, which are in batches. They did the first one, they did the second one, and they are now on to the third phase. Igwe, could you let us into that, whether the government of Anambra State gave your people their own share, and what you were able to build with those money?
The government did so. And we've completed the first phase. If you go down a bit, going to Commissioner's place, you will see a market there. On the right, when you are going down, is a post office. That place is a market, and that we choose market stores. The first one has been completed, and the second one is now getting to be completed, when we shall look forward to the third one.
Okay, you are looking forward to the third one. Tell us historically about Ihite.
Ihite really came down from Uturu in Okiba province then. At that time, I don't think my father has been born. So, and the man, they say, was a hunter, and that was why some of the things we are doing came from there. For example, the church really came from Ihite, which is next to Uturu. On that Uturu is where the Abia State University is situated. So our culture, we are farmers. We produce yams, cassava, maize, all those agricultural products. But it was only done manually. It's now that we are talking about the use of machine. We do that with our two hands. And there are the EDG one, which is now practiced every year. We call it EDG. But before then, it was called Ihite. And that was because they do that, they take that Ihite as the god who helped to produce those yams. So, but now the Christians, when the Christians came, when the Christians came in, we abandoned the Ihite thing.
I'm so happy to know that you are on this throne for 42 years and still counting. What's your advice to the younger generation, especially those that are occupying the seats of tradition in our society today? Because a lot of young men are there as traditional rulers. Tell them your word, a word of wisdom that will help them to leave a legacy just like you're living today, having stayed on this throne for 42 years.
What I am saying to everybody, not only traditional rulers, I'm saying this to every man and woman, that it is better, it is good for everybody to be upright, to be truthful, to be loving, and not to hate. When one is doing that, in fact, whether you are worshipping devil or worshipping God, if your hands are up right and you trust in God and do the best you can do to help others and let others live as you are living, I think that will help one to get on whichever position one wants.
All right, Igwe, it's been nice. We are so grateful that you welcomed us into your palace. Thank you very much, Igwe. Thank you.
It is my pleasure.
That's how it's been on today's episode of Royalty from the Palace of His Royal Majesty Igwe Benson Ofu, Mama 1 of Ihite. Would like to thank you so much for watching. Until some other time, my name is Nonya Mokoe. Goodbye.